Is it me or is basic training getting weaker? My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. Basic training units are making drill sergeants weaker by telling them they can't swear or toss barracks.
Oh my god, they can't toss barracks.
Looks like I'm gonna have to balance check basic training and bypass all these bullshit rules. Memos for this, memos for that. So many memos that the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, had to get involved and say no. Slamming people's in the toilet seat and saying no more of these stupid freaking rules. Oh, but Drill Sergeant, what are these dumb rules? I will show you the way, young private. One of them is there's no swearing anymore. Drill sergeants aren't supposed to swear because it makes them seem unprofessional. Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, okay. Get the fuck over here, guys. Yeah, did that seem unprofessional or did it seem scary? Like I added a little bit of pizzazz. We'll break that one down in just a moment.
Pizzazz.
Or how about another memo that says no more tossing barracks, drill sergeants. We're supposed to be the private's friends. And how could we be?
No, you're not supposed to be the private's friends. You're supposed to be training them. Just like managers are not supposed to be friends. You're not supposed to be... Oh my god. You're not supposed to be their friend. Oh my god, this is killing me.
Befriend them and hug them and give them smooches if we're throwing their barracks all around because they're undisciplined little pieces of shit that don't know how to keep their gosh dang house clean. But thank God.
The thing is like, I don't know how it was when other people were kids, but when I was a kid, that's what my mom did to my room if it was messy. And then I had to clean it up. Like, if your shit's messy, clean it up. And if it's not, I don't know. My mom did that when I was a kid, so I don't understand the problem now. Like, fuck it. This is gonna be the worst. I guess not the worst trained military, but like...
God. Thank God. The military's guardian angel, SecDef Pete Hegseth, stepped in and said, no more of this bullshit. But enough of me chattering, let's get down to business and break down these stupid fucking memos. Memorandum for all company personnel.
Campus? What is this, college? Profanity free? Yeah, there's no way. There's no way, especially senior enlisted. I've not met a senior enlisted that doesn't swear. Like, it's part of their vocabulary. And like, what did SpongeBob call? They're sentence enhancers. That's what they're called. Little pizzazz.
Now, subject, policy letter number 8, profanity-free campus. Oh, we live on a campus now. I forgot. We are in college. These are college students meant to be coddled and swayed back and forth to sleep and not hear any bad words that they haven't already heard on television, YouTube. They're gosh dang Japanese anime, tentacle porn shit. The usage of profanity, vulgar language, rude gestures, or remarks are strictly prohibited while operating in official capacities during duty hours. Vulgar language? Well, me. Rude gestures? Well, you can off. Such language does not align with the Army's core values and undermines the integrity of our soldiers and our formations. Therefore, it will not be tolerated in the 43rd Reception Battalion. Oh, you're gonna tolerate it. You're gonna tolerate the shit out of it. You know what? I'm gonna read this the way that it sounds to me. Restrictions. Vulgar or disparaging language will not be utilized during meetings, briefings, training exercises, while addressing superiors, peers, or...
Okay, I will say, I will agree with the addressing superiors. Like, no, you are supposed to show your superiors respect. So, not swearing at your superiors unless it's like you're just shooting the shit or whatever. But, like, anything else. Like, I'll agree with the superiors, but everything else is just stupid.
Or trainees. Vulgar or offensive language will not be displayed on any piece of clothing or personal effects at any time within the battalion footprint. Does this guy know we go to war? Is this dummy who wrote this stupid fucking memo that we're barely even halfway through? Does he know what the army does? We got battalion mottos like kill them all. Isn't that?
I will agree with General Mattis. Be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everybody you meet. If that is a motto, who the fuck cares what we say?
That vulgar? Isn't killing your enemy vulgar, sir? Maybe we're supposed to be a little vulgar. Maybe we're supposed to be a little crude. Maybe you're supposed to be a little crass and offensive because the shit that we do is offensive. It's supposed to be. You think lighting people up from a minigun inside a UH-60 Blackhawk is supposed to be friendly and kind? These aren't real bullets that kill. They're friendship seeds. Look as they sprout amongst all the men down there.
Friendship seeds, that's what I'm going to call
They're laughing and giggling.
Welcome in, Desdar. Welcome in, Desdar. You've come in halfway through me watching Angry Cops video about the stupid rules that they're enforcing in basic training again. Well, more stupid rules, like no swearing. And referring to it as a campus because, you know, we're in college now. I'm doing well, Desdar. How are you? How was your stream? Hi, Gremlin. But yes, Desdar, you are... We just started watching Angry Cops video. No worries, no worries. Stay as long as you can. We're going to see what other shit I may or may not react to. But this has been taunting me on my YouTube, and I had to watch it.
Look as his arm, not vulgarly at all, falls from his body as he lies dead. Don't use vulgar language or swearing at peers. Oh, okay, so I can't be like, hey, Sergeant So-and-so, can you give me that f***ing thing over there with the stuff? Can you hurry the f*** up, please? I said please, sir. I said please. Get f***ed. Leader responsibility. It's up to all leaders to enforce this policy and create professional environment all soldiers are entitled to operate within as they complete their official duties. Oh, and this is my favorite part. 4-strike policy. This policy is punitive and can result in soldiers being issued a strike based...
Oh my god. Written counseling, removable... Chapter 14-2, separation for misconduct based... Oh my god. Oh god, I'm so glad I'm not in the military anymore. Oh, Jesus.
Off their behavior. What are we in fucking baseball here? This is like a grown-ass man learning to kill shit and blow stuff up. And we got a 4-strike policy, a 4-strike.
They're treating it like a business, like a corporate business, and that's not. That's. I understand it is a business. But it's a business where you're teaching people how to attack and kill other people. Like, there's a time and place for respect and dignity and showing your higher enlisted or your officers respect. Understandable. But you can't enforce a corporate type structure in an organization that is designed to teach people how to do I don't want to say evil, it's not evil, but like Rich said, you're training them to kill, shoot, blow people and things up. Like, you can't, like, there's a time for nicety, and then there's a time to fucking smack them around and be like, get your shit together, or you're gonna get yourself killed, or your battle buddies killed. Like, that was the biggest thing that was trained to me in basic training, was, we're not doing this because we fucking hate you, we're doing this because you need to learn how to get right, or you're gonna cost somebody their life. And sometimes you need to fucking swear at people to get the point across.
Tell me what the strikes are if I say some swears or something vulgar. Strike one.
Could you imagine
verbal counseling.
getting...
Hey, don't do that. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll stop until you leave. Strike two, written counseling added to soldier's board file. What the is that gonna say? Drill Sergeant High said twice in a row one day, and therefore he should not be promoted because of the word said twice one time. Signed, Captain Pansy Ass. Strike three, removal of favorable actions. What's so favorable? Your unit sounds like it fucking blows. You're gonna take away my leave because I said 3 times? Try that bullshit. When I throw that up the chain of command, hey, Battalion Commander Dickhead won't let me go on leave because I said 3 times. Try it. Try it. Oh, I would be your guy. I would be your guinea pig for this. Strike 4. Chapter 1412B, separation for misconduct based on a pattern of behavior.
Could you imagine getting kicked out, and when somebody says, hey, why'd you get kicked out of the military? Oh, because I said the word shit too many times. Seriously? Like, come on. I dropped the F-bomb 3 times in a row, and they had it with me. They're done. They don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, what the fuck?
Holy fuck. You're telling me if I say shit 4 times for one more good measure, you're gonna chapter me out of the military because I swore? I said 4 times, and now therefore I'm so undisciplined I have to be kicked out of the military because I said 4 times? I can smell the non-deployment on this turd. Tell me you've never been overseas and actually had to deal with some stress or real life issues to make a fucking memo that says, well, I don't think they should swear anymore. Get fucked. It ends with, all soldiers, trainees, and employees deserve to be treated with dignity and respect when performing their duties or operating in the 43rd AG Battalion reception. The most productive work environment is one where employees and soldiers treat each other.
Right, they're treating it like you're in college, and yes, if you wanted to compare apples to apples, both institutions are teaching you to do a task, are teaching you to do a thing, are helping you become proficient in a thing. However, college is teaching you skills and knowledge for the civilian world. Military basic training is training you to fight, to kill, to make choices that impact other people's lives. Like, you can't... Like, treating people like this is going to get people killed. Right, Dragon? I don't think any of my drill sergeants didn't swear. Like, even the female drill sergeants swore. Like, the privates swore to each other. Like, no, did we fucking swear to our drill sergeants? Oh, hell no! Our asses would have been smoked into oblivion. Treat your superiors with respect, but at the same time, if you're just shooting the shit, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Like Angry Cop said, tell me you've never been deployed without telling me you've never been deployed.
Each other as they would like to be treated. All personnel, whether soldier, civilian, or employee, are entitled to be treated respectfully and courteously. Well, whoever wrote this memo, I don't respect you. You deserve 0 amounts of...
I mean, Shadow, I don't swear. I swear casually. Like, I don't swear when I'm at work. I don't swear when I'm in a professional setting. I don't swear to or around people I don't know.
Of respect. Why? Because if I swear 4 times, you're gonna kick me out of the military. You see how fucking stupid that sounds? What kind of brain-dead dip doofus is trying to write this and say, that's a good idea? Where's your fucking sergeant major? Where's your first sergeant? What? It says company. It says company. All company personnel, so there's a first sergeant. There better be a fucking first sergeant there who looked over this memo and said, hey, sir, this is dumb. Well, I hope you don't post that memo right away, because me saying dumb would have gotten me strike 1, wouldn't it, sir? What a pussy. Swear words are making the military not so good place to work. No, your incompetence is. Your idiocy is. And speaking of idiocy, let's get on to today's next contestant. Memo number 2. Now, the last one was from Fort Leonard Wood, home of the engineer.
Oh, God, for fuck's sake. I went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood. Come on. Are you... Oh, Jesus. I was signals intelligence, Dragon. I was a signals intelligence analyst with a language. I learned Korean while I was in the Army. Oh, God, it's Fort Leonard Wood. Oh, Jesus. Thanks, Death Star. No more swearing for me. Oh, God. At Fort Leonard Wood, you're killing me. I still have battle buddies that are there. Oh, hey, look! Shadow! Fort...
A bunch of fucking babies.
They're coming after us all, Shadow! They're coming after us all. This is your turn now.
That's what this is run by. Let's break down what this brigade, I think, commander says. Subject, memorandum number 15, abuse of trainees, quote, bay tossing. Now, if you don't know what bay tossing is, that's when I instill a little bit of discipline into my troops because they don't know how to clean their rooms. But it goes on into further detail a little bit later on in the memorandum. Let's go ahead and read on. Our mission is to provide competent, capable, and well-trained soldiers of good character ready to fight and win our nation's wars. There is no greater obstacle to the effectiveness of the IMT environment than the improper treatment of trainees. Abuse of trainees undermines the trust of the American public by violating Army values.
How is teaching them to fucking clean up after themselves abuse? I wish to God I had the money to give my freaking avatar a goddamn knife hand, because you have no idea how much knife handing I'm doing at this screen right now.
Disrupting military order and discipline and destroying a positive training environment. Okay, that first paragraph...
Hold on. There's no period at the end of that fucking sentence! Oh my God, if you're gonna send out a memo. Ugh. And why are you Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. So we're gonna teach, not only are we going to teach them that they can get kicked out of the Army if they swear 4 times, we're gonna teach them that it's okay to be a or not a fat. Okay, hold on. Let me reel that back in. I'm getting a little heated. So we're going to teach them that they can get kicked out if they swear 4 times. And then we're going to teach them that it's okay to be a disgusting slob and live in squalor and mess and who knows what else, because if they're not cleaning their bunks, what else aren't they cleaning? Because it undermines their trust to teach them to be clean.
And discipline and destroying a positive training environment. Okay, that first paragraph makes sense. Don't abuse the trainees too much. You have to train them. We don't want to just beat them mercilessly until they break and then leave them there as puddles of piss so that somebody else could be like, well, I guess we'll try to. No, we build them up. We tear them down, yes, but we build them up. But what does this brigade colonel think is abuse to trainees? The practice of bay tossing is strictly prohibited. Drill sergeants will not, quote, toss the bay, to include flipping mattresses, knocking over wall lockers, touching and or damaging trainees' personal items or equipment. Drill sergeants will not use bay tossing for any reason to include methods of corrective action.
It's violating their freedom to have a messy bunk, I guess. The only part of that memo that I agree with is destroying their personal property. Outside of don't destroy their personal property, hello, monkey, welcome in. You're getting to listen to my rant on memos against drill sergeants. Sorry, not sorry. Yes, you did. You came into me ranting about if you swear out of Fort Leonard Wood, so you'll get a kick out of this. So out of Fort Leonard Wood, there was a memo that confiscate but don't destroy, right, Desdar? So out of Fort Leonard Wood, where I went to basic training, and we know people there, drill sergeants, well, nobody on Fort Leonard Wood is allowed to swear anymore. And corrective actions, it is a 4-strike policy. The first one is a verbal warning. The second one is noted in your personnel file, basically. The third one is they could deny you leave, or they could recommend that you don't get promoted if you swear 3 times. 3 times. And the fourth infraction, the fourth strike, is you could be kicked out of the army for swearing. Exactly, right? Tell me you haven't been to combat without telling me you haven't been in combat. Yeah. Yeah, trust me. Like, and the current one that the memo that we're currently listening to is out of, right? Sugar honey iced tea? Are we going to start doing that? We're just going to have to teach all of the military. We're just going to have to come up with creative ways to swear. And this one out of Fort Benning is you're no longer allowed to do barracks tosses because it's considered trainee abuse. And the only part of this memo that I agree with is don't destroy their personal property. Confiscate it, but don't break it. Like that I can get behind, but right, monkey? Because our barracks were only tossed if we didn't clean up after ourselves. And it taught us that if we kept our shit clean, New Speak Swearing Edition, like, we were taught that if we didn't keep our space clean, it was going to be tossed. And then we just learned to clean up after ourselves. But apparently now we can just let them live in disgusting... What else aren't they cleaning if they're not cleaning their barracks?
What do I do when the bay looks like shit? Huh? Tell me what I can do. Tell me what I can do. You're taking shit away from me, guy. So why don't you tell me what I can do when the bay looks like shit? When they don't want to put their wall lockers dress right dress. When they don't want to mop or f***ing sweep. When they don't want to take out the f***ing trash from the gosh dang latrines and their stains on the inside of the toilet bowl. Huh? What do I do then? Do I just write negative counseling for them and say they didn't do anything? Well, off. You actually don't know what you're talking about because negative counselings don't mean dick, do they? You gotta give like 30 of them for a trainee to get kicked out because of failure to adapt. Oh, you could just put down on paper a negative counseling. They're trainees. They don't even know what that means yet. They don't give a that you wrote down on a piece of paper that they suck. They need real consequences that they can deal with. And
exactly.
one of
they
them
need
is tossing
real
the bay. We're doing some basic
consequences
training.
for their actions.
I've told them the standards and taught it to them numerous times. And yet, a third of the bunks are still up. They don't know how to make their beds correctly. I've got bloated laundry bags filled with smelling clothing that they didn't wash the night before like they're supposed to. And I do what with it? I do what? I take a little sticky note and I pin it to it and then I say, go, you need to clean this up, letter. Well, can't swear at them either because they need everybody here in basic training to be There was one guy on Twitter, the buddy Command Sergeant Major, and his tweet got over 500,000 views and hundreds of comments, and everybody loved it. And do you know what it was? Do you want to know what it was, Colonel? It was hundreds of troops sharing how they got the smoked out of them and their barracks tossed and how they loved it. How they were proud to tell other people they
Exactly! Like, I don't even consider it a bad experience when I got smoked. I mean, there were 2 of my drill sergeants who did get disciplined because they took it too far and they ended up, like, literally breaking privates. But, like, our barracks getting tossed, that was the best lesson. Clean up after yourself. And Shadow, honestly, I don't know what they're going to do about time shadow. They're probably going to take those away. They got to give them as much time as they want. Just like eating. Like, I don't know if any of you guys had timed eating. Like, there was a point in my basic training where from the time I sat down to the time I had to be taking my tray to the dishwasher, it was like 2 minutes. Like, I learned how to make sandwiches out of everything. There was a point where I was eating bread, mashed potatoes, ketchup, and whatever meat. It's just a sandwich, just so I could get it all down at the same time. Yeah, who knows? I probably can't smoke them anymore either.
Had a strong amount of discipline instilled in them, and they carried on for their fantastic military careers.
See?
How everybody was braggadocious about who got it worse, or who had a more interesting way of getting smoked, or having their tossed, or having a drill sergeant say something to them. You're handcuffing us behind our backs, and it's not fair. Oh, you get to sit there in your high tower and on all of us doers. All the doers. We're the doers. You're the sayer. You're the officer. You say do this, and guess what we do? We do it. We're the doers. Stop with our job. And I love how the point of contact for this memo is a Command Sergeant Major. Hey there, Command Sergeant Major. You look stupid too. I don't know whose bright idea it was. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the officers. I feel like it's the sergeant majors. I feel like it's a private hugging sergeant major who says, like they all stereotypically do.
Private hugging sergeant major.
You know, when I was a drill sergeant, I smoked the shit out of people, and I broke all the rules, and I made really good troops. But now that I'm in charge, I'm going to slaughter every single one of you who steps even a little bit out of line. In fact, if you follow the rules, but it's a rule that I don't like, I'm still going to slaughter you. You look dumb. What a freaking dumb memo that made everybody with their name attached to it look dumb. Oh, and guess who agrees with me? SecDef Pete Hegseth.
I love that the SecDef has gotten... It's gotten to the point where the SecDef is like...
This stupid
fuck off.
barracks tossing memo came out. Guess what happened? They rescinded it. Whoa. It's almost like it got so much backlash that people above, the idiots who wrote this memo, said, hey, what the are you doing? You look absolutely ridiculous. Maybe basic training's supposed to be hard. Maybe leave the doers alone. And now I quote
exactly
the rescinding memo. Memorandum for record. Subject, policy memorandum number 15, abuse of trainees. Bay tossing is rescinded. You don't say. The 197th Infantry OSIT. Oh, it's f***ing infantry. Oh,
And it's the infantry OSIT unit. Oh my fucking God.
An infantry brigade got told, don't flip the barracks, they're infantry, they're too soft. Oh, you're never gonna live it down. Oh, you're never gonna live it down.
No worries,
Engineers
Monkey. Thank
coming
you
over
for
here
lurking.
up, and the infantry's in their base like, please, please don't kick my soft shoes and boots across the bay. Please,
Thanks.
Drill Sergeant. Queen of Battle is right. The 197th Infantry OSINT Policy Memorandum number 15 is rescinded as of 3 August 2025. And thank freaking God. Now, it's my understanding that word got all the way up to the SecDef and some other people, and, well, they came down. Higher-ups came down on that Infantry OSINT Brigade. And they said, you better rescind that because we're not going to be building pansies on the front line. So how about you take that dumbass memorandum, rescind that scrunch it up real nice and tight, and shove it way up your candy ass. But did the Secretary of Defense stop there? No, because when you're clearing house, you might as well keep that momentum going, baby. And he added this additional fantastic internet moment, which is make basic great again. Hegseth looks to return Drill Sergeant Shark Attacks to basic training.
Yes! Shark attacks! SecDef Hesketh reversed a ban on bay tossing and is looking to bring back shark attacks by drill sergeants as part of his broader effort to focus on toughness. Yes, that is what basic training is supposed to be training you for, is to be tough, to handle shit when shit is thrown at you, to become stronger for it, so that when you are literally in the shit, you don't break.
Posted by the man himself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Coming back up to basic training land, getting ultra motivated. Oh yeah. Getting rid of that 100 yards and bringing back the shark attack. Oh yeah, shark's coming up. Coming up and down. Looking and smelling blood in the water. Oh yeah. If you think that you can escape a drill sergeant's sense, you will not, because it is always tingling, Private. Oh yeah. Now for some of us, shark attacks haven't exactly left. Somebody kept doing them anyways. Well, at least the good ones did. So finally, I have some good news to bestow on all you weirdos. Basic training's coming back, baby. Hotter and heavier than ever. We're going back to the early 2000s. So shine those boots.
Yes!
Make sure they're dressed underneath those bunks of yours, because I'm going to be low crawling.
Have a good
with my
day,
red lens
J10.
underneath your bunks, looking for whoever's passed out on fire guard. See you soon, Fort Leonard Wood. Get back here. Oh, you got the mustache still. Oh, that's all right. Bringing back the shark attack? How exciting. And you know what else is exciting? Boom! New shirts from me. That's right. You've got your action figure drill sergeant. Comes with knife hand accessories. And barracks party. Speaking of toss in the bay, how about a barracks party?
Barracks
That's what a
parties.
barracks party can be. Toss in the bay and f***ing it up. Or it's already fucked up and now you've got to unfuck it. Remember the good
Yep.
times and the bad
I love
times.
barracks parties.
Cheapest way to support the channel is leave a comment. What do you think about Shark Attack coming back? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm so fucking excited. Also, what do you think about these memos? Am I right? All right. See you next time, weirdos.
Ah, I love it. They definitely need to bring back shark attacks.
Ah! That one was good. That one was good.
Hard work. Drill sergeants are supposed to be the demon spawns who forged soldiers. The senior drill is supposed to be Baba Yaga himself. They're supposed to be feared and respected. I love that comment. So shark attacks. Angry Cops has a video.
They called me an idiot for stocking up on all this 9mm. My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. The command sergeant major of the army posted a video going through the first 100 yards. The thing that replaced the shark attack in basic training. Oh no, Alex Jenny and a mustache! Movember, the way God intended and your mother prefers.
We're out here at Fort Benning. We're doing the first 100 yards There's been a lot of questions on this is we're getting kindler and gentler.
The new reigning Command Sergeant Major of the Army, Sergeant Major of the Army Grinston, got tired of the old school NCOs and those that are still in complaining about the first 100 yards and the removal of the shark attack, which I think is a valid bitch. So he decided to drop on by Fort Benning, Georgia, and watch the first 100 yards take place with a bunch of brand new Army trainees. Oh boy, I can't wait to see this go as well as he hopes. Hey, Drill, you better be careful. You're going after the Sergeant Major of the Army right now, and he's your face battle. I'm not criticizing the soldier. I'm criticizing the training.
There's been a lot of questions on this is we're getting kindler and gentler. Well, it doesn't feel like it.
Oh, I bet it feels like it. Somebody's a little too shy to admit it.
We're out here with the drill sergeant here, and he's going to explain this to us. So.
Oh, please, Battle. Please explain this to me.
Here we go. So what just happened, they received their first mission. It's to build teamwork and trust. So they carried their MREs, their water cans, Skedco, and now they're coming down here. They had 30 seconds to memorize it. And they were supposed to put it back in that exact same configuration.
What? They're running a mile and playing a memory game? This is what replaced the shark attack? It's basically a living version of what's that stupid game where you had to put all the shit in the coordinating shapes and it would explode?
Goes perfection. Perfection's the race to beat the clock if you're not quick. Goes perfection.
Perfection! The opposite of this!
They have failed to do that. Corrective training is going on. They get 3 attempts.
Okay, corrective training, okay. Okay, corrective training. Okay, let's see the corrective training.
Now they're about to move into the phase 3 portion where they're going to start conducting the ACFT events. How is this different from the shark attack?
Oh, did you hear that?
How is this different from
Hi, Trident.
Did you hear that?
Stream is
The guy
going
on the
well.
camera
We
goes, "How is
are
this different than the shark
venting
attack?"
about the military right now.
the shark attack?
And if you're trying to get the drill sergeant there to explain how different it is than the shark attack, I think we can already see that.
So, what do you think? Do you think this is easier or harder than what we used to do?
Oh, what a loaded question, Sergeant Major! Come on, read the room! The highest enlisted man in the Army is gonna ask drill sergeant fucking nobody whether or not his amazing brand new idea is good or not. And this guy's supposed to be honest. This guy down here on a live stream, okay, with basically his career in your fragile 100-meter yards, whatever hands, it's gonna give you some legitimate criticism and say, well, you know what, Sergeant Major, this is really cool, but we could fucking do both, couldn't we? Couldn't we fucking do both? Or, hey, this is good, but we need to fix some things here. I can't even read his name, but God bless this fucking drill sergeant for just biting his tongue. Although I kind of wish that he would have said how he actually felt, because you could feel the awkwardness in his response.
I think
In
it's
his
a lot harder,
stance.
actually, Sergeant Major.
Subtitles underneath should be, God damn it, I don't want to get demoted. I would really hate to be stuck in Alaska or Korea for 2 years.
Just because, I know when I came through, we got off the bus, held our bags for a little bit, ran up a hill. These guys, they're running up a hill, then they're moving a mile under load, and now as you can see, they're still getting that corrective training and going through. But they are working as a team, which is something I don't feel like we did when I first came in. We were just kind of worried about ourselves. Sergeant Major?
No shit, you didn't do when you first came in. You were getting shark attacked. Time and a place for learning, teamwork, and team building exercise. Day 1 is set the standard, not team dodgeball.
Set the tone, set the standard.
They're going to work together as a squad. With this battalion, it's 354, so there will be 354 push-ups for one of the events.
So you're the 352, so make him do 352 push-ups during a shark attack. Have him hold a bag up over his head for 352 fucking minutes. I don't give a shit. Why does this have to change? Why do we have to get rid of the shark attack still? You're still not feeling me in here.
They have to complete that as a squad. If they do not, the losers, they will have to do corrective training. The winners will not. So it pays to win. Winning matters in the Army. So that's what we want to do here. So
Yeah, I definitely like the whole winning matters.
Oh, yeah, but you like winning matters. Everybody loves that winning matters. But what does it fucking mean? How does second boxes compare to a shark attack?
And once they get finished with the ACF, so they already ran under load, they got the task, they're going to do these PT events, and then where do they go from there?
So from there, they
All
will.
right, let's see if we can get an explanation. Okay, so this is a shark attack.
Shut up! Shut the hell up! Why
This
you
is a
pick
shark
the right-
attack.
pick the right one.
Desdar.
Put it on your damn head. Do you understand me?
Yes, dear Sergeant.
This
This way! Let's go!
is the shark attack,
Get off there! Get off there!
a mandatory rite of passage for every future U.S. Army soldier on day one of basic training.
Good!
Better not be walking, better be
At
running.
least it used to be.
You're a tough guy. Don't move! Do something! Do something! That's what I thought.
In September, the Army announced that the shark attack will no longer take place.
This year, we developed a new training event for our
Hey,
initial entry
Terrarian.
soldiers.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Instead, the shark attack has been replaced by what you see here.
Whoa. Hey.
An event called the First 100 Yards.
I think there was a time and a place for the shark attack. We already know it's a cultural thing, but I think we can make this better.
Right there! Right there! There's a lot right there!
Business Insider recorded this footage of a shark attack inside Fort Benning in February, showing future soldiers beginning their training in the
Oh, I don't
armor
have that
school.
set up right
You
now.
know, we're
Shadow.
breaking a lot of habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to let us start our training.
You decided to join the Army and you can't pick that back up.
With the Army's announced change, this may be some of the last footage of a shark attack to ever be recorded.
Why can't you follow simple instructions?
And according to the Army, when this footage was recorded in February, the plan to transition away from the shark attack was already in motion.
Nobody stand too long. Let's go. Keep your feet moving.
Fortenberry said he began to reevaluate the shark attack at the request of his superior officer.
He said, Rob, what do you think about the shark attack? And I'm like, sir, I've struggled with that thing my whole career because it doesn't speak to an all-volunteer force.
Shut the hell up. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
You know, loyalty, duty, honor, selfless service. And the shark attack
Exactly,
was
Desdar.
completely counterintuitive to that.
You were told to pick up the left.
If you can't handle this,
So,
you have no
how
business
did this
being in the military.
become a regular part of Army training?
In the early 60s, we were not a volunteer army, we were a draft army. So you had people that had no desire to ever be a part of the service that were drafted into the military to serve in Vietnam. There was dominance that needed to be established early on to really kind of weed out the less than desirables, or quite honestly, those that might turn against the drill sergeants as they were going through training.
The draft era ended in 1973, and the Army returned to being an all-volunteer force. But the shark attack remained an undocumented part of basic training.
Why are you moving? Why are you moving?
It has never been written down in any historical document. So it's literally been tribal lore and just passed on.
You
from
do,
generation to
exactly.
generation. And I think
Some
that's
people who
really
volunteer for
important.
the Army just aren't. They're just not going to
What
cut it.
was it
And you've got to
designed
figure out who those
do?
people are
What were the
before they end up on the
outcomes
front
of the
lines.
shark attack? And it's almost a trick question because I did my homework and it's not codified anywhere. There are no outcomes for a shark attack.
Pick it up.
But that doesn't mean it's not
Pick your bag
effective.
and hold it. Pick up your bag and hold it.
Aside from the yelling, one of the basic components of a shark attack is trainees being ordered to lift and hold their duffel bags above their heads.
It was mass punishment. So there was nothing to achieve. There was nothing to gain. It was, quite honestly, it was survive it. Just
Exactly.
survive whatever was getting thrown at you. But
Because that's
it
what's
didn't
going to
result
happen
in any
if you
success
end up
or
in a
failure.
combat
It was just
zone.
survive an hour of just getting screamed at, yelled at, and holding a duffel bag. It's almost like the shark attack allowed you, for that moment in time, to not treat somebody with dignity and respect.
How do you still not understand this? He just
Exactly,
said it.
Desdar.
That's a great example of how it betrays the trust. and I'm going to humiliate you as a man, as an individual, or as a woman. And then literally
The whole
once
goal
this
of a shark
event
attack
is
is
done,
if
I'm
you
going to
break-
tell you how you need to believe in me. As a drill sergeant, my job is to build trust with you so that when I
Exactly,
say
right?
something or when I ask you to do something, you believe in me because you know I have your best interest at heart.
Well,
It's leadership 101, right?
The thing is Terrarian, like, that was the stuff they were trying to figure out. They used shark attacks to figure out the people who may not be military material, or like you know, you have a short temper, so they needed to know how far they could push you before that temper happened. And if you did snap, if you did break, they knew it gave them an idea of how far they can push you to break you, to get you to then build back up and become a better soldier. Like, the whole point of shark attacks was to assess everybody in mass in a short amount of time. You know, it was to weed out the people who, you know, they couldn't hold their bag up for more than a minute. Okay, so those people need more PT training. I mean, that too, Desdar. The enemy's not going to build you back up if you get broken down. But it was one of the best tools to be able to assess a large amount of people in a short amount of time. And to get a good idea of who would and wouldn't make it in the structure of the army. There were people, I remember my basic training, there were people who, based on their shark attack, the drill sergeants knew whether or not they were going to make it to the end of basic training, or if they were going to get recycled, or if they were going to end up with an FTA. Like, yeah, there's no acclimation to combat. There's no taking there's no taking your time when you're in a combat zone. It is reactionary, especially if you're on the defense. Exactly. You sink or swim, and that's what they needed to figure out, is who could swim.
Hustle! Let's go!
This is what's replacing the shark attack. The first 100 yards. Or as it's known in the armor school, Thunder Run. Fort Benning provided this footage of the event in action. And while the tone is different, it's clear the drill sergeants aren't taking it easy on the trainees.
Stop walking! You better stand the up, yes? Yes, drill sergeant!
We still scream. We still yell. We still drive intensity and momentum because we want to have that shock. We want to have that.
What are these sleeves? What are these sleeves? Like, you're either up or down. What is this nonsense? No worries. Have a great stream, Desdar.
Confusion.
Stop wandering with your eyes.
Look at, oh my god. This would drive me bananas.
Difference is that there's an outcome to be achieved versus during the shark attack, it's just yelling and screaming to determine who the less desirables are.
All right, you have 1 minute to memorize this pallet setup.
The event takes place over 2.5 hours. It includes a mock battlefield resupply mission.
1 minute, get a good look at it. Everybody get a good look at it.
Their first thing when they get that resupply mission is the drill sergeant leads the men, leads the platoon with a simple follow me. Let's go.
First, communication is key to succeed as a team. Let's go.
He's driving it. He's leading it. He's leading by example.
The event also includes competitive fitness tests, featuring exercises from the Army's combat fitness test, like leg tucks, push-ups, and the standing power throw.
It's 2.5 hours of straight physical exertion. So, as you go through these events, if you lose, you get smoked or you do corrective training. There are consequences to failure. There are consequences to loss.
One of the last phases of the first 100 yards features a demonstration of an infantry squad in action.
We show them what a real infantry squad looks like. And this could be you in 22 weeks. Through your determination and your desire to succeed, this could be you. So let's start the journey. I want to put them through a challenging test where winning does matter. I want them to taste success if they've applied to the best of their ability what they've been able to achieve through physical hardship. And the results of that is they've tested themselves. They've tested themselves the first time.
Hi, I'm Graham Flanagan, producer of Business.
I agree with Angry Cops. Why can't we have both? Why can't we do the 100 yards, but why can't we also do shark attacks? They both have their merits. Good God. Yeah, Terrarian, I understand that what has worked in the past won't always work in the future, but at the same time, there are benefits to everything. Being something works for a reason. Exactly. 100 yards first, then bring him back for the shark attack. Or, during the corrective training, bring in the shark attacks. You're going to give them corrective training after the 100 yards anyway. There's no reason why you can't shark attack and see where people are, how people are taking care of the information and adapting to the new environment. Like, there's a time and a place for everything. I don't see why they can't keep both and just change the way they are utilized. Right? Get them wound up and then set them loose on a thunder run. Get them so mad, get them so angry, and then you're calling them worthless, that they don't deserve to be here, that they're pieces of shit, and then you look at them and be like, all right, you think that I'm wrong, that you're not a piece of shit, that you're not worthless, yada yada yada. All right, prove it. Like, that's just it's what makes sense. I am going to go to this screen. I need to run to the restroom, and then I will be back. I'm back. And Terrarian, I'm sure I can find a cheese slap redeem somewhere. Alright, now that I got myself all hopped up on Angry Cops. I mean, if it's funny and entertaining, why not?